Okay, let's finish up the review for the Algebra 2 Semester 1 exam review. We got through, what, 12 questions was it, or just 10 questions? I think just 10 questions. I think it was just 10 of them. Okay, so question number 11 on the review sheet. Okay, again, we might have done 11, 12, I'm not sure to be honest with you. Okay, but these are quick ones anyhow. Okay, if we multiply, you just have to do 10, that's right. X plus 7 times x minus 7. You could definitely FOIL this out. You definitely FOIL, okay? Nothing wrong with that. Or there was a shortcut, FOIL the long way, F-O-I-L. First times first is x squared, outers is x times negative 7 is negative 7x, inners are positive 7 times x, which is positive 7x, your last is 7 times negative 7, which is negative 49. Like terms, they cancel, the inners and outers, so you're left with x squared minus 49. The shortcut, which you don't have to use, is these are what are called conjugates, when they're exactly the same, except for one's plus, one's minus. You just saw that you don't have to do your outers and inners because they're going to cancel. So if you remember that, great. If not, just FOIL it out. Doesn't matter. Number 12. Multiply x plus 10 squared. So x plus 10 squared means x plus 10 times x plus 10. You cannot use the shortcut on this one because they're both plus. It has to be plus minus. This is plus plus. So you just FOIL it out. First times first is x squared. Outers is x times 10. That's 10x. Inners are also 10 times x, which is 10x. Your last is 10 times 10, which is 100. 10x and 10x is 20x plus 100 with an x squared out front. Simple FOIL, that's all it is. 13. Multiply 3x plus 1 cubed. Well, that means 3x plus 1 times 3x plus 1 times 3x plus 1. It doesn't say you have to use Pascal's triangle. If you look at the next question, 14 says you need to use Pascal's triangle. If you want to use it, you can. I'll show you how to use Pascal's triangle in the next problem. But for right now, we're going to multiply these two together first and then get our answer in times like that. So our first terms are 3x times 3x is 9x squared. My outers is 3x times 1, that's 3x. My inners is also 3 times x. 3x times 1, which is x, 3x. And my last is 1 times 1, which is 1. Combine your like terms, you have 9x squared plus 6x plus 1. And then we times by 3x plus 1. So we're going to times each of these first by 3x and later on by 1. So 3x times 9x squared is 27x to the third. 3x times 6x is 18x squared. And 3x times 1 is 3x. Then we times by 1. 1 times 9x squared is 9x squared. 1 times 6x is 6x. 1 times 1 is 1. Don't add them. Sometimes students will put 2 there at the end. Like terms, there are no like terms of 27x3, but I could put together 18x squared and 9x squared. That's 27x squareds. And also put together 3x and 6x, and that's 9x plus 1. So our answer is 27x3 plus 27x squared plus 9x plus 1. If you use Pascal's triangle correctly, you get the same answer. Your work will look different, but you get the same answer. 14. Okay, x plus 3 to the fourth. Okay, I will not give you Pascal's triangle. Pascal's triangle is 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Remember, to get any number, add the 2 numbers above it. I'll go one more line, but you don't need 2 for this problem. You do 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. It's fourth power, so we need the fourth row. We don't need the fifth row. So we write down 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. We write down our 2 terms, x for all of these, and 3 for all of these. Then start with the fourth power, and count down to 0, 0, count up to 4. Anything with 0 power we cross off because it's 1, you don't need those. There are no negatives anywhere, so it's going to be positives all over the place. We have x to the fourth times 1, which is x to the fourth. Okay? Just ignore the variable for right now. 3 to the first is 3, times 4 is 12, x to the third. 3 squared is 9, times 6 is 54, x to the second. 3 to the third is 3 times 3 times 3, which is not 9, it's 27. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. 27 times 4, you can use a calculator, it's 108, x to the first. 3 to the fourth is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Again, it's not 12. It's 81 times 1. And there's nothing wrong with this answer. If you want to write it all in one line, you can. It would be x to the fourth plus 12x to the third plus 54x squared plus 108x plus 81. You don't need to do that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay? 2 more. Long division and synthetic division. Okay, so long division. They give us 4x to the third. It's 5x squared. It's 22x minus 7 divided by x plus 1. So we put x plus 1, has to be long division. 4x3 is 5x squared plus 2x minus 7. And then what we do is we look at our first term and our first term. What do you multiply x by to make 4x3? 4x squared. Take 4x squared times each of these. 4x squared times x is 4x3. 4x squared times 1 is 4x squared. Subtract. These cancel. Negative 5 minus 4 more is negative 9x squared. I like to drop everything down all at the same time. Okay? And then repeat ourselves. How do you make x negative 9x squared? We times by negative 9x.